All right. Now that I'm untangled, welcome everyone. Oh, good, you're out there. You can hear me. Okay. Let me see if I can get rid of the pops and the bumps and the hisses. Good. Our affirmation this morning is I am loved. So I'm going to invite you to whisper that to yourself. I am loved. Now speak it out loud. I am loved. We take that into prayer. We are loved. We are the beloved. We're the lover. We are always loved. We hold that love in our heart and in every cell in our body. And for this, we are grateful. We're grateful for a community where we can go join others who are on a spiritual journey, others who are seeking, others who are questioning. And we come together this morning in person and then sometime this week, whether this morning or later online, to be in that community, to be in that energy of love, the energy of love, the energy of light, the energy of life. And we hold that dear and near to our hearts. And from the space of love, we send out love to those who are struggling, those who are facing health challenges. We send love and light to them, knowing they are divinely guided. Anyone in the medical profession working with them are divinely guided in their words, their thoughts, and their actions. And we hold that truth for everyone who is doing healing work. And we are grateful for those who hold us in prayer in times of need, in times of struggle, in times when we can't find our own light, and we do that for others. And so it is. Amen. So I welcome you to Unity of Mesa, where we enlighten, empower, and energize one another to uplift our world through a greater expression of God. And I'd like to draw your attention to, we have another white rose on the stage. It's becoming a weekly occurrence, it seems. So Lateef Tinker, and many of you remember him, made his transition last week, and his daughter wanted to make sure we let everyone know. He sang in the choir. He was a dancer, a ballroom dancer, and such a spiritual seeker. Him and I would sit for hours and have discussions. And he was thrilled with the notion of kenosis, the emptying out of everything that does not serve you so that you can bring in everything at a higher level. And we would talk for hours about how that changes your life when you step onto that journey and that path. And so we wish him best wishes in his angel wings, and we know that he will be floating around finding new things to explore and learn about. And today we are blessed with some guests here, some of our teens. And I guess first of all, I'm Reverend Judy Hildebrand, and Reverend Kathy Kellogg is floating around back there in the back. And it's our honor today to welcome Mariah Benvenuti as our graduating senior. And then her sister Valerie has come to support and be on the platform with us. Candy Lewis will be leading meditation and doing a few other little pieces as we go along. And we have spirit groups, some of them are online, and Janet Tully will be here in person. And our board member of the day is Arn Richardson will be board member of the day. And right now, our musician is by the lovely Cerise Patron. And so we would love to have her step up and bless us with her gifts.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. So this is, I'm going to be big for God. Are you ready to be big for God? Let's do it. If you're not ready, you will be by the end of the song. I'm gonna be big. I'm gonna be big for God. I'm gonna speak out. I'm gonna speak out for love. I'm gonna shine bright until the whole world sees the light. I'm gonna shine bright. I'm gonna speak out. I'm gonna be big for God. I'm gonna live loud, a life with no regrets. I'm gonna go now, 'cause now is all we get. I'm gonna break free to live in perfect harmony. I'm gonna break free. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna live loud for God. I'm gonna say yes to my good right now. I'm gonna let go of all my fear and doubt. I'm gonna go to bring a change about. I'm gonna go forth. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna say yes to God. I'm gonna break free. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna live loud for God. I'm gonna shine bright. I'm gonna speak out. I'm gonna be big for God. I'm gonna be big for God.
Good morning. Is it working? Good morning. We have a couple classes beginning this week, and I would want to share them with you. Reverend Judy is teaching a 5-week course for women in the art of feminine presence beginning Tuesday. Then on Wednesday evening, Reverend Judy is teaching a sacred yoga class for anyone who is just starting out with yoga or is interested in improving basic techniques. Modifications will all be offered for all levels. All our class and event information and registrations can be found on our website, unityofmesa.org. Things for you to know on the Things for You to Know button. You may also register in the bookstore. For those who prefer, we have a June calendar in the lobby on the slat wall. Today is our first generation service for the summer. If you'd like to be a part of your generation service, contact Reverend Judy for July's service if you're a baby boomer, or Reverend Judy for August's service if you're a Gen X. If that sounds opposite of what we said last Sunday, it's because it is. They made a switch on you. And do you know what today is? It's the first Sunday of June. Let's celebrate our June birthdays. If you were born this month, please stand, even if you're watching from home, so we can honor you with our birthday song.
All right, you get it all then, Tamara, and everyone at home. Are you all ready? Happy birthday to you. There's no one like you, uniquely created. I love knowing you. I bless you with life and abundance galore. God bless you, my loved one, and have many more. Well, thank you all for sharing your love and light with us this morning. Please know that your soul is welcome here. And now, let us share our guiding statement to remind us why we come together. Can you say it with me? We are here to experience more of the fullness of who we truly are in order to transform the world. And now, if you'll prepare for meditation, you can remove anything from your lap and get comfortable in your seat. And as you settle in to get ready for meditation, affirm to yourself, I am loved. And if you wish to, you can close your eyes and imagine and feel a beautiful golden light above your head and the energy of healing and peace and beauty slowly pours down over your head and your face, onto your shoulders, down your arms and your chest, over your stomach and your thighs and down your legs, connecting you to the earth and the sky. As you look back through your life, think of times you found yourself in transition, times of milestones that often led you through a completion of one experience, preparing you or leaving you open to or for something new. Remember the sense of fear or excitement, or even both, as your life began to change. Remember and even feel the love you received from yourself, from others, and from your spiritual source. How this loving support helped move you forward into a new phase of life. As you remember these life-changing moments and events, focus on the positive changes that came about and the love that was and still is there for you. Moving into silent meditation, let yourself bathe in that love, knowing that it is ever present, always there to support you on your ever-changing path through life. Slowly return to the room, moving your fingers and your toes, giving your arms and your legs a little shake. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And as you return, bring with you the awareness that through every milestone in your life, you are loved.
Hi, good morning. My name's Janet Tully, and I get the pleasure of talking about spirit groups this morning. We do have some slides, so Donna, whenever you're ready to put them up, that would be great. And most of our spirit group is actually here today, so hi, everyone. The spirit groups, for those of you that don't know, we have signups, and the topic of the spirit group is given, and then we watch modules which have discussion questions and videos. It's really a great way to get connected. So our spirit group included myself, Arn Richardson, Cindy Richardson, Lori Matlock, and Sharon Maslonka, Robin Horn, Stephen Chavez, and Becca Hines. We had a multi-generational group, which was awesome because we were able to see the different perspectives from each generation. We became connected, and I love that our affirmation today is "you are loved," because there's no doubt everyone in our spirit group loves each other very much. We enjoyed deepening our understanding of lessons in truth. The spirit group host was Michael Gott, who gave amazing introductions to the lessons, and we really enjoyed his music. Although the book was not new to many of us, the discussions made it feel very fresh. So for the spirit groups, one thing that we do is a volunteer activity, and the other thing that we do is a social outing. So our volunteer activity was collecting clothing for the re-entry program for DES, and our social was at the Phoenix Art Museum. So we took some pictures to share with you guys. And then you're also gonna see following, this is the Violet protest. I don't know if those of you that have heard of it, but basically an artist put out a call and said, can you make a square? Mostly they're quilting squares, but you could embroidery, you could crochet, you could make a square any way that she had listed. And what the object was to create a very visual art piece that showed unity between the two political parties, red and blue, to make the color violet. And we would highly recommend you go see this if you have not seen it. But you can see all of these squares right here. They're going to have a total of over 27,000 squares, and they're going to give enough for a quilt to each person in Congress to say, we are united, we are together, let's support each other. So I'll let you guys enjoy the visuals, and thank you.
Pilger, and I love spirit groups. I've been in Unity for almost 40 years, and small group study has always been very special to me. The spirit group outline suggests that we have a balance of the 5 C's: communion, connection, compassion, community, and challenge. For me, connection is the best part. This spring, when the new series was announced, I raised my hand and said, I want to have an in-person group. Everyone in our group has been vaccinated, and we have had a wonderful time getting to know each other in a deeper spiritual sense. I've really valued my spiritual groups, especially now after this year of disconnect.
I am very grateful to have been involved with the Spirit Group, and I'm grateful for everybody for being willing to contribute and share. And I am always amazed by the wisdom that people show that is coming from within them. And that's part of what this whole transformation Emily Cady was talking about in Lessons in Truth. So it has been a very worthwhile experience. Thank you, everybody.
This is John Grove speaking, and I happen to be one of the group leaders for our spirit group. And I felt very privileged this past 7 weeks to have been part of our small but very dynamic group and just being able to share and just some of the things that we've grown to learn and appreciate about our lives, the opportunities, the challenges that we faced, and the excitement that we share when we get together and combine our talents, if you will.
I really appreciated that someone picks a topic, a book, and either brings a teacher in or has a leader share this with us. I would never have read any of the books or that I've done with the spirit groups or talked with them with other people if someone hadn't narrowed down the field and chosen one for me. So it's new material for me that is that I have a thirst for. That's really good to ponder. I really appreciate the group format, the ability to talk back and forth and get feedback with peers and leaders. Thank you, John, for that. I do prefer the in-person groups. I love them. This Zoom group is the next best thing. It's better than nothing. It's the next best thing, so thank you.
I am very grateful for being part of the Unity Spirit Group. This is the second one I participated in, and the first one was kind of an experiment during the beginning and the middle of COVID. I love that it keeps me connected with members of Unity, and as with several other groups on Zoom, I feel like I've gotten an even deeper connection with people and an opportunity for some deeper conversations than I might have had in person. I just enjoy delving further into spiritual topics in smaller groups like this. It's just a very beautiful experience, and if you haven't tried it, give it some thought. Thank you.
Well, I could just say that I so appreciate the spirit groups because, as Candy had said, it makes me feel more connected in a deeper way to, a part of the membership, and also in the process of learning some important truths to enrich my life and all of our lives together. I feel we're all growing and learning and experiencing life more fully. What could be better? And being closer to God, higher power, whatever you want to call. Anytime I'll join, whenever there is one.
I truly enjoyed this year's spirit group. I'm grateful for the actual genuine life that is shown through shared experiences. And it gives me hope for a better future. Everyone should be involved in spirit groups because that igniting light can only be illuminated when we share. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit Group.
I like the group because I like having everybody's feedback, and John always starts it off with a prayer. Prayer is always comforting and kind. And we learn about ourselves and each other, and we support each other, so we're not alone, and we're together moving forward in life.
This is my first spirit group, with Unity, and it's been a very rewarding experience. And I want to extend my appreciation to Susan and Steve for leading this group. And part of the growth is that you have to do it with other people. And I definitely have grown with other people today in this last couple of weeks. And I look forward to doing it again in the fall.
My name is Ruth Webby Tanner, and I have enjoyed participation in spirit groups several times. And I was particularly happy to be able to continue that type of participation during this pandemic and do it via Zoom as we're doing, because none of us really have been able to get out and associate with other people the way we were used to. So I have enjoyed very much getting to know new people who I hadn't known before, and having this time of pondering some spiritual thoughts and ideas.
I feel like what it does, groups like this in general, they deepen your spiritual practice. And things that I might be doing, okay, great, but I hear what you're doing, and that I can implement things of that. They're like little gold nuggets that I just hear, or a word or whatever, and I hear it all during the week. It's these things run a thread through my life, and I just love it, because that's what fills my cup. And it's those things when I'm out there, I call it out there on the firing lines. When I'm out there on the firing lines, that's when I need to remember. Those are the times that I need to remember. And there's been some hits, along the way. We all have them. So I'm thankful for these, and I learn a tremendous amount. This is just one of the healing modalities that I use. So thank you.
I'm grateful for this spirit group that taught Lessons of Truth by Emily, Katie. Thank you to Susan Rice being a teacher again for me. I've always enjoyed her groups that I've participated in. I like meeting new people and listening to their wisdom. So in regards to learning about Lessons of Truth, I really appreciated connecting to each person in our spirit group, and hope to see some new people in another spirit group soon.
I think the spirit group experience is an excellent opportunity to deepen your spiritual journey. I know that the lessons in a congregation are great, but until you try to live these things and really share your ideas with a small, intimate group, it brings it to another level. So I really enjoy the opportunity and just the camaraderie we have as a spirit group.
A purpose here, and even more to live my dream. But I finally found where I belong, and people who believe in me. Now I am grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm grateful for my peace of mind, but there's still more that I want to be. I want to fulfill my destiny. I'm starting here. I'm starting now. I'm stepping into my highest power. I'm stepping up. I'm stepping out into my greatest yet to be. Into my greatest yet to be. Ooh. Well, I've released all of my fear and doubt. I've prayed for strength and wisdom, and I have vision for my highest good, and let go of the outcome. Now I am ready to burst forth into the me I'm meant to be. And I know that I can reach the stars if only I believe. I'm starting here. I'm starting now. I'm stepping into my highest power. I'm stepping up. I'm stepping out into my greatest yet to be. Into my greatest yet to. Change is never easy, but I know I'm not alone. So I am ever moving forward, stepping into the unknown. I'm starting here. I'm starting now. I'm stepping into my highest power. I'm stepping up. I'm stepping out into my greatest yet to be. Into my greatest yet. I'm starting here. I'm starting now. I'm stepping into my highest power. I'm stepping up. I'm stepping out into my greatest yet to be. This is my greatest yet to be. Oh. Are you ready to step into the life you were meant to lead? Are you ready to step into your greatest yet to be? Are you ready to step into the life you were meant to lead? Are you ready to step into the greatest yet to be?
Okay. I have a slideshow if you. Okay. Good morning, Unity of Mesa. My name is Mariah, and I am the one and only high school senior this year. I'd first like to say I'm so grateful to be standing here today in front of you in person.
and to thank you for being here to celebrate with me as I take the next steps into the world. Unity and its philosophy has played a big part in shaping my life and helped me survive an unusual and oftentimes disappointing senior year. And I have another picture. The saying, when life gives you lemons, makes lemonade, reminds us to take a bad situation and make it something positive. That was something I did finishing up my junior year, and while the country rallied around the loss of the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020, no one ever imagined that the class of 2021 would lose their entire senior year. We didn't get football games or basketball games, homecoming dances or coronation dances, proms, spirit weeks, lunch hours, or after-school hangouts with friends. And it's hard to make lemonade when you realize those events are gone forever. Those events can never be made up. They are singular experiences that come with a particular age. And then another picture. From this, I learned to live life while you can. I'm glad my freshman, sophomore, and junior year I was active at school. I sat in the stands at football games with my friends. I went to all 3 homecoming dances and all 3 coronation dances. I participated in choir concerts. I went to see my friends play basketball and to cheer them on. I participated in the swim and dive team. So as I look back, I'm glad that I lived my life and participated in high school events when I was able to. My high school experience was anything but normal. Starting off with my freshman year on August 21st, 2017, just 2 weeks into 9th grade, there was a total solar eclipse, which only happens once every 100 years. That was a unique, special event that happened at the start of my high school experience. My sophomore year showed me how easily the internet influences young people with the trend to eat Tide Pods, which is extremely toxic if ingested. From this dangerous trend, I learned to choose the right people to be in your circle of friends is so important. Unity teaches you to surround yourself with like-minded people. With social media being overly present in the lives of young people, having a solid base of good friends is helpful in staying grounded. And then another picture. No, there's another. No, there's another one. Okay, there. No, that's it. My junior year started off as a normal year and stayed that way until March 2020. During spring break, we were informed that in-person learning would come to a halt. School started online and things started to get canceled. The first cancellation was our dance tour to Chicago. We had fundraised, plane tickets were purchased, professional dance lessons had been booked, and then we were told we were not able to travel. The next big cancellation was prom. I was nominated for this dance, which would have been cool if it was in person. This was pretty upsetting because I had already gotten my prom dress and now it was just pushed to the back of my closet where it still hangs. And then there's another one. Then came my 17th birthday with a drive around car tour celebration. Pretty minimal. The next big canceled dream was an opportunity for international travel. Juniors living in Tempe are allowed to apply to the Tempe Sister Cities program. Tempe has 11 sister cities all over the world. It is an application process along with 3 separate interviews as they narrow candidates down for those who will be selected. It's an honor to be chosen. I was one of the lucky ones. I was going to be spending 5 weeks in Trollhättan, Sweden with my host brother Edvin and his family. And Edvin was going to come back to Tempe for 5 weeks to live with me. All the Tempe delegates and their exchange delegates were going to have the summer of fun, going to the Grand Canyon, Disneyland, pool parties, etc. Needless to say, I didn't get to go to Sweden, and Edvin didn't get to come to Tempe. We were supposed to travel this summer, 2021, but it's still not safe to do so. I think it is unlikely that I will travel with sister cities. This has probably disappointed me the most in the pandemic. On the bright side, I've made a friend in Sweden and still keep in touch via social media. Evan just graduated as well. We hope one day to meet in person. You may ask how I dealt with all these things being canceled. The answer is I would always look on the bright side. When one thing got canceled, I just kept telling myself, well, I still have next year. I would tell myself that I'm so lucky that I'm healthy. I would tell myself, at least we have toilet paper. Suddenly, it was the summer before my senior year, and I did not get to spend the summer with my friends. We didn't get to travel to Wisconsin to see family. My summer was instead filled with many FaceTime calls with friends and socially distanced dinners outside. I also binge-watched 16 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. Okay, I'm not proud of that. I should have been meditating. As the summer dragged on, optimism began to vanish. The next thing I knew, it was time for the first day of my senior year. I kept thinking that my senior year would be in person, but sadly, it started online. The first day of school was completely different. Instead of getting up and driving to school, I woke up 30 minutes before school and just opened my laptop and pushed join class. Logging into a virtual class with your teachers just isn't the same experience. To be honest, I spent most of my senior year in my bed or at my desk in my room. My sister was at school in her room, and my mom was teaching school from the family room. It was weird. My favorite class was my dance class. I was in the dance company, and we had to find inventive ways to create a video for our dance teacher. I videoed my dances in my room, the backyard, on the street, in the front of my house, and in the park. But the year dragged on. For a break of the monotony, I would try to come up with some safe things to do. I had outside movie nights with my sister and my friend. My friend would bring over her projector, and we would hang a sheet and sit on the driveway and watch a movie. My sister and I bought a tie-dye kit from Michael's and tie-dyed old t-shirts and sweatshirts. I tried cooking some new recipes and baking, which I never had time for. We went on some picnics in the park. I learned to find inventive and creative ways to spend my time to break up the boredom. Church was another area that was vastly different this year. Moving YOU services online kept us distant, but a positive was that I was able to see my friends from San Diego, Phoenix, and Thousand Oaks. We did a virtual game night every Thursday. Seeing my California friends would not have happened but for the pandemic. A big disappointment was not being able to gather in person for my final official rally. It was not the way I wanted to leave my youth group. At some points, it just hits. This isn't going to happen for you. So how do you get past that? You just look to the future. Mike Dooley says, imagine your future to create what you want. So I began to focus on college. Whatever happens is going to happen with my senior year, and I had no control over it. I just had to let go and think beyond that. Because while this year was important, it didn't have to be defining. Yes, I was missing a lot, but I had a lot ahead. Then the next slide. Fourth quarter started to open back up. We were fortunate enough to be able to have our senior solo concert with a very small audience. We also had senior day on May 15th on the football field. In the morning, there were some games, and in the evening, there were some movies. It wasn't much, but it was something. Next slide. And on May 20th, I had an actual in-person graduation ceremony, and I received my high school diploma. It felt good to sit with my fellow classmates on the very last day of our senior year. It was the only time we were all together that year. This year was definitely a challenge. Next slide. In the books called Steps Towards Inner Peace by Peace Pilgrim, she writes, there is a whole matter of a meaningful attitude for the problems that life may set before you. If only you could see the whole picture, if only you knew the whole story, you would realize that no problem ever comes to you that does not have a purpose in your life, that cannot contribute to your inner growth. When we perceive this, you will recognize problems as opportunities in disguise. If you do not face problems, you would just drift through life, and you would not gain inner growth. It is solving problems in accordance with the highest light that we have. The inner growth is attained. I have grown in this pandemic, and I'm looking forward to my future. Next year, I will be attending Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. I'll be majoring in pediatric nursing, and I'm excited to see what new experiences I have to come. Thank you.
So, am I on? Okay. So, and to put some of this in perspective, this has been 2 years of her 18 years, so that's like 10% of her life has disappeared in the last couple of years. So, and for most of us, it's only like maybe 2 or 3%, 4%, right? So she has done this amazing job. All of our kids have done this amazing job. And I'm so grateful that we've offered them something that they can stand on and carry with them. And as you can see, she's an amazing young woman, isn't she? And so we have something for you to take with you to school. So when it gets tough at school and you start to forget who you are, you can pull one of these cards to remind you who you have come here to be. And remember all of the teachings that you've had that have brought you to this amazing place in life, dear one. So right here. We have a song to sing to you.
Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Accepting me just the way that I am. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Accepting me just the way that I am. Thank you for loving me.
Mariah, you did a great job. Thank you. So at Unity of Mesa, we believe that God is the source of all our abundance, and we are living in a universe that is unlimited. When we give thanks and are grateful for what we have and what we give, we open ourselves up to that abundance. Here at Unity of Mesa, your gifts of time, talent, treasures continue to support the teachings of the Christ, our higher consciousness, to reach all who are open to the truth through the work of this ministry. And there are many ways to financially support this spiritual community. Indirectly, through our Amazon affiliates website links, and adding Unity Church of the East Valley as your favorite charity on Smile Amazon and Fry's Rewards, or directly using our Give online link and our Give Plus app, or through credit debit card payments in the bookstore. And all the info on how to give and more can be found on our website, unityofmesa.org. Now, please take your gifts in your hands, and holding our gifts in our hands, our hearts and our minds, we dedicate and consecrate the Spirit, these gifts, to the greatest expression of Spirit through the work of this ministry. Let us affirm together our offering blessing. Together? Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We give thanks for the givers and the gifts. Thank you, God.
There is no place where love is not, no place that I am ever alone. There is no place where light cannot reach to heal, for I am always home. There is no place where joy is not, no place where I am ever alone. There is no happiness being kept from me, for I am always home. For I am here where love begins. I am one with all that is, and I release all of the blocks I've built that kept me trapped, that hold me back. There is no place my good is not, no place where I am ever alone. There is no wall that holds my blessings back, for I am always home. For I am here where love begins, and I am one with all that is, and I release all of the blocks I've built that kept me trapped, that hold me back. There is no place where truth is not, no place where I am ever alone. There is no place I stop and the one begins, for I am always home, for I am always home, yeah, for I am always home.
Thank you so much. Can I share?
Yes.
So you've been doing AFP work as long as I have, and that is the depth and the breadth of the work, and you could hear the power in it. And anyway, so it's an amazing, amazing program. And there will be no hospitality today. We're not feeding anyone, but you're welcome to visit out in the garden. It's beautiful out there, although I imagine it's getting a little warm. Chaplains are available for prayer Delaine's available, John's here, Ian's here. Please feel free to talk with them. Let them pray with you, and let's close with our prayer for protection. I invite us to stand, remembering that we are always home, and know that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a blessed day, everyone.